What is up, everyone? It's Trolling Carnage bringing guys another entertainment video. The video where you guys wanted to know how I got locked up and how I ended up in jail. Well, here it is. Welcome back, guys. So you guys are interested in how I got locked up and stuff like that. So here it is, guys. Now, if I tell you guys this story, it's not for you guys to be motivated to do nothing stupid with your life. So keep in mind, don't do shit I did, because you're gonna end up in the worst place ever, called jail. It's not a nice place. It's not fucking fun. Believe me, guys. I went through that, and that shit was crazy. It wasn't fun. It wasn't nothing cool. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So you guys want to know how I got locked up? I was 12, and I had a toy. It was a little deuce, and I had a homie that had her sister going to a certain school that I can't say the name because I don't want to burn it, but his sister went to that school, and I guess she told her friends, and her friends told, you know how that shit goes, how it spreads and shit, how people find out shit. So it turns out that there were some kids from a crew now. My bad, guys. A crew now is a group of people. They're not gangs, but they want to pretend like they're gangs. Now, keep in mind, I don't understand why crews do that shit. Crew is just a group of people that have fun. They shouldn't be in fights with gangs because they don't have that much power to win a gang. They're pretty much stupid. But yeah, this kid apparently had the balls to fucking call out my gang and talk shit about my gang and talk shit about the people who were in the gang, that he wasn't scared about no one. He was gonna face them, get down with them. He didn't give a fuck. He knew how to fight. Wooty woo woo. So I was like, okay. I ended up going. My partner in crime told me, don't go because it's pretty stupid. They're kids. They're just talking out of their ass. They're not gonna do shit. Just watch. Once they see you, they're gonna do shit. And I was like, you never know. I want to see what happens. I want to test my shit. And let me tell you guys how I made myself. How I used to dress. I never dressed like a too stupid shit. I made myself like a target. Now I will wear Cortez, high socks, shorts, black dicky shorts, high socks, and a black tee, fresh pro club and shit. And then so I made myself like a target. So if you would have seen someone walking down the street dressed up like that, you would have known it was me. Cause the other new booties didn't know how to dress up like fresh gangsters and shit. They dressed up like stupid paisa type of shit. Now I'm not talking shit about the people that were affiliated with me, but I mean, come on, guys, really, you guys can't be dressing up like that. Shit, my bad, guys. I thought I heard a noise in the background. Tripped out. So yeah, guys. So back to the story. So that's how I dressed, and that's how I went to that certain school. And it's crazy, guys, cause I went and I saw the kid, and the kid saw me, but he wasn't saying shit. I was waiting for him to tell me something so I could respond back to him, because he knew the girl and the girl saw him, and the girl was next to me, so he knew who I was, obviously, because he's like, you can bring them whenever you want, and wooty woo woo, we'll catch your fate. So I was there standing looking at the kid, and the kid was looking at me like a dumbass and shit. And then his two little homies was behind him. Obviously they're not little, but they were tall as fucking shit. There was one tall, basically taller than me. I'm 5'5", they're much taller than me, and they were in middle school now. And it's crazy because as I was walking towards the kid was walking towards me, and he looked pretty like serious and shit, like he was about to do something to me. And I wasn't like shitting brakes or anything. I was so hype. I was so hype. I was like, fuck it, it's about to crack. This is some good shit. This is the shit I like about people that talk shit about the neighborhood I was in, or people that just talk shit about me personally, and they want to see me and they were not scared. I was like, okay, I want to see you do that shit when I'm there. So it turned out I went out there, and we were walking so close to each other, and then as he got close, he stopped and I stopped, and I opened my arms like saying, what's up? And then that fool didn't say shit, and I'm like, what's up, fool? I'm from this neighborhood. What you gonna do? What you gotta say about that? He didn't say shit. And then I took out my little deuce, and I'm like, so what's up? What you gonna do with your boys behind you? What you gonna do? Cause I look back, and my homie with his sister, he he didn't want to put his sister in danger, so he was pretty far away. And then the other two homies, which were pretty boys that were not really not gang related type of shit, so they were just behind my back, but not that close though. So the guys didn't know that they were with me or not. They were just for the show, you know. And then it turned out that these motherfuckers started backing away once they saw my toy, and they started backing away. And I was like, man, come on, man, what the fuck you gonna do? You wanna catch a fade or what? Or you wanna talk shit and just let everything out and shit? And then this motherfucker just doesn't say shit. I let him talk. I hear him out, and he doesn't say shit. And then next you know, I tripped out because I see him backing away, and he's walking towards the other way, towards the staff that was there. And then the staff looks at me in my hands, and he sees the toy, so he starts calling for the security cop, the security from the school and shit, which is aka mall cop and shit. But it's crazy because that mob cop had a real cop car and shit, and a real gun and handcuffs and shit. So how was I supposed to know if it was fake or real, you know? Not the gun, or I'm talking about his badge and shit like that. I don't know if he was a security for the school or whatever it was, so on and so on. So I left that fool. That dude disappointed me. He was a straight bitch. I wasn't gonna use the gun. I was gonna use my fist. I swear to you. But as soon as they would have rushed me, all three of them, and started jumping me my ass, believe me, I would have used my toy. But they didn't. And it's crazy because after I left, I crossed the street, and to get to the school, there's the thing, what I call border. There's a border, so that's a border. So if I hop that border, that's already my enemy's border. Now that's not the crew's border. That's another neighborhood's border that we beefed it. Now, as I'm going, there's a parking lot, and then I'm still in the enemy's border, enemy sign. I haven't crossed my border, cause I don't know. I didn't know what the fuck I was thinking at the time. So I just left straight. So I left it, and then in the parking lot, this motherfucker pulls up. I don't know who the fuck it was. It was a black car. I forgot the type of car was it, but it was like I don't know if it was fuck, I forgot what it was, to be honest with you guys. But he had his windows all tinted black. He had his window down, and then the passenger down, and which was a girl and a guy. But I don't know who in the back who it was. Nah, I risked my life right here at this point. But I didn't give a fuck because I was already mad because the other motherfucker let me down by not getting down with me or not doing something stupid that was going to risk his life. So I was so pissed. I looked at that fool. That fool was mad dogging me. I was mad dogging him back. And I'm like, what's up, fool? What you going to do? Your stupid ass looking at me like if you're going to do something, what you ain't. And then I took out the little deuce and I told that fool, what's up? Hop out, nigga. What you going to do? Now, I apologize if I offend someone, if I offended you guys, if I said the N-word, but that's how I really did talk. I talk with the N-word a lot. And then this motherfucker was just in the car looking at me, not doing nothing, just then threw no neighborhood back, and I threw my neighborhood, and I told him, what's up, what you gonna do? He didn't do shit. Probably because he was with his girl, but if he wasn't with his girl, he probably would have hopped out. I guarantee if he would have hopped out of that car, I would have just let loose my toy. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. And I didn't give a fuck. And then after that, this motherfucker didn't do shit, so this motherfucker pretty much wasted my time as I'm still standing there looking at this nigga's face, and then he's looking back at me. It turns out the mall cop comes from the corner and starts doing the siren shit. So after that, I left running. Fuck that, I didn't want to get caught, so I didn't even know what the fuck it was. So I left running. So I was already in the corner of the street on my pant, and there was a well-known cop, which was not a cop. It was a cop, but it's an undercover cop for just gang-related cops, so they're called Crash. So this motherfucker was crazy because he knew me. He knew my name right off the bat. He cannot forget about me. This motherfucker was obsessed with me and shit, because this motherfucker sees me while he's fucking checking someone else and shit. Some other, like, fucking, the potheads and shit. He was checking one of the potheads. And he was checking him and giving him a ticket for smoking because he was still teen and shit. He was 16, and I knew that because I knew the kid and shit. So he gave him a ticket for smoking and shit. So after that, he recognizes me and he says, "Shit, what's up, Alex?" And I turn around like I didn't even want to say what's up back. I just want to go home, And then as soon as I turn around, there was an undercover cop behind me, which with no badge, off duty cop and shit. He tackles me down, and it's crazy because he tackled me down. I was like, oh fuck, I was not expecting that. That was unexpected. So he tackles me down, and then next you know, the fucking the well-known cop tells me, "What you doing out here with no air and shit?" Because he noticed that I was out of air because I was running and sweating. He goes, "What's up with you, huh? What are you running from?" And I was like, "Nah, nothing. You know, I gotta go pick up a soccer ball that I gotta go play with my friends and shit. We're gonna go play soccer and shit in the park." And he goes, "I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not stupid. I don't know who the fuck you got it twisted, but that's not me. I know what you're running from. Who you running from? Is there enemies from the back behind you or what?" And I was like, enemies? There's no one behind me. I'm just running to go get my ball, you know, my soccer ball. And he didn't believe it, so he goes, if I check you, I'm not gonna find shit. And I'm like, you're gonna find a little deuce. That's what you're gonna find. And he goes, what? Wow, I didn't know you were gonna be this honest. And I was like, well, I don't got nothing to hide, honestly. And then he goes, okay. So he checks my pocket. I told him where it was, and he checks my pocket. He unloads it. He sees the bullets. He takes them out like nothing is shit. And he takes out my bullets. And then he starts telling me, you know, for each bullet it's a year. So I was gonna spend 9 years in jail. He told me. And I was like, oh, for real? And then my homies saw that. And my homies went to go get my family. My family came out and they were like just like in shock and shit. That's I was in shock and shit because I was not expecting that shit. Getting tackled and getting pulled over for no reason and shit, but just because he knew me and shit. So it's crazy because he pulled me over after that, and they told my family what was going on and what I was like going to jail for. My family was like, wow, okay, just they didn't say shit to me. They were just mad and shit, really in shock as I was, and they took me in their car. And then believe it or not, guys, I tripped out when this motherfucker, after he arrests me, he still has the gut to fucking tell me, do you want something from 7-Eleven? Because I'm about to go over there and get something on 7-Eleven before you go to jail. Don't you want to eat something outside food? And I was like, at that moment, I wasn't thinking. I said, no, fuck, no, I'm straight. I just want to go to jail. And that's it. And this motherfucker looks at me and starts laughing. He goes, okay, fuck it. I offer you, but you didn't want it. And this motherfucker, I didn't even know if he was being honest and shit. I thought he was just fucking around with me and shit. And just go do circles around the block and shit. And pretend like he's going to 7-Eleven and shit. So I went to jail and I was locked up in East LA juvenile home. That's in East LA. So in East LA I was locked up in juvenile home. I forget the name of the juvenile hall. East LA Central Juvenile Hall, I think that's what it's called. And if you guys want to hear a story about that one is fucking crazy. But okay, guys, so if you guys want to hear that story, let's get this video a lot of likes, at least 20 likes. And a lot of you share with your friends. Let them know that I'm doing these crazy ass stories, funny ass stories too, because they're funny to me. And now that as I think about it, it's kind of funny to me. And guys, don't join gangs because you're all alone, alone in the end. There's no friends. There's no really friends. There was never really friends. Believe me. Believe something that I'm saying because that's something I lived through, and I could say that because I lived through it and shit. So if you guys want to see that video, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.